It's September 19th, 5:30 a.m. I wanted to record 2 more Latinos Post articles. One is about the government lady who became the head of UCLA, and the other is about the Texas lady who did the filibuster for abortion. Seems like a random articles to choose, but it fits time-wise, I think. Anyway, Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano resigns to head up University of California as president. By me, Barry Alyssa Johnson. First posted July 12, 2013 at 2:07 p.m. Secretary of Homeland Security Janet Napolitano has plans to resign from her position in order to become president of the University of California, White House officials announced on Friday. According to a report from the Washington Post, Napolitano, who was once seen as a potential Democratic presidential candidate and who is also the former governor of Arizona, is leaving her post with the Obama administration, where she has been since 2009, to head up the University of California. Quote, I thank President Obama for the chance to serve our nation during this important chapter in our history, and I know the Department of Homeland Security will continue to perform its important duties with the honor and focus that the American public expects, Napolitano said in a statement. Napolitano spoke highly of her time at the DHS and the department in general. She said the agency has worked hard to improve the safety of travelers, deployed resources to protect the nation's borders, worked with states to make better the nation's emergency and disaster response capabilities, either to make better or to better, and partnered with the private sector to strengthen the nation's cybersecurity. According to a report from USA Today, President Obama has praised Napolitano's work over the past 4 years, including national responses to threats which range from hurricanes and other natural disasters to terrorism. Quote, she's worked around the clock to respond to natural disasters, from the Joplin tornado to Hurricane Sandy, helping Americans recover and rebuild, Obama said in a statement. Since day one, Janet has led my administration's effort to secure our borders, deploying a historic number of resources, while also taking steps to make our immigration system fairer and more consistent with our values, end quote. Napolitano will step down in September to become the first woman to run the 10-campus University of California system, according to reports. Quote, while some may consider her to be an unconventional choice, Secretary Napolitano is without a doubt the right person at the right time to lead this incredible university, said Sherry Lansing, a regent at the school, in a statement. Probably in a statement, but it just needs editing. Anyway, kind of said no. She will bring fresh eyes and a new sensibility not only to UC but to all of California. She will stand as a vigorous advocate for faculty, students, and staff at a time when great changes in our state and across the globe are presenting as many opportunities as challenges, end quote. Copyright 2015 Latinos Post. And then the second article Cable news fails to cover historic Texas Senate filibuster of anti-abortion law. Written by me, Barry Alyssa Johnson. First posted June 26, 2013 at 2:57 p.m. A Texas Senate filibuster of a controversial anti-abortion law riveted hundreds of thousands across the country late Tuesday night as Senator Wendy Davis, Democrat Fort Worth, successfully stopped the legislation, but the audience was comprised of mostly online viewers. Networks like CNN and Fox failed to cover the historical moment for women's rights. A lapse in news judgment lamented across the internet Wednesday. Starting at 11 a.m. Tuesday, Texas Senator Davis began a marathon 13-hour-long filibuster to block a stringent anti-abortion bill from passing in her home state. The event was streamed live on YouTube, and hypervocal reports that at its peak, approximately 180,000 people were tuned in to watch the drama unfold. Now, major cable news networks are under intense fire for their failure to cover what was arguably the hottest news Tuesday night. While political observers were glued to YouTube and going insane on Twitter, the news networks were apparently oblivious to the story. During the time when viewership of the filibuster was at its highest, Fox was airing an interview about Iraq, MSNBC was focused on a climate debate, and CNN showed a segment featuring Piers Morgan discussing the calories in a blueberry muffin with Dr. Drew Pinsky, Time Entertainment reports. Citizens across the country slammed the network's editorial choices Wednesday on Twitter. Quote, "You are a disgrace at CNN. You cannot call yourself a news channel," actress Mia Farrow tweeted. Quote, "Does anyone at CNN, MSNBC, or Fox follow Twitter? Yet another major fail by cable news nets right now," read a tweet by Keith Olbermann. Quote, "Not even at MSNBC and not even at C-SPAN is carrying the hashtag SB5 filibuster live. What happened to breaking news cable networks?" Jamal Thalaji tweeted. Quote, "Why isn't any of the Wendy Davis filibuster covered on any of the cable news networks? Thanks Science for the Internet," Kathleen Brown tweeted. Quote, "There's 400 C-SPAN channels, not to mention numerous cable news networks, and yet we are all streaming the Texas Senate filibuster online," Stephanie Gordon tweeted. Here's what those news networks chose to ignore Tuesday night. In a bid to block a strict anti-abortion law dubbed SB5, Davis used a 13-hour filibuster to stand up to Republicans who had passed the bill in the House early Monday. Donning comfortable pink sneakers, the Texas senator began speaking at 11 a.m. on Tuesday and continued until midnight when the deadline for passing the bill expired. Davis was not allowed to stop speaking the entire time, nor take breaks for meals, or to use the bathroom. She was not even permitted to lean against anything for support. But in the eyes of the Texas Senate and women's reproductive rights advocates, Davis garnered a major victory by sticking it through to the end, even if Republican legislators attempted to illegally pass the bill anyway, minutes after voting was officially closed. According to International Business Times, if SB5 had passed, the anti-abortion legislation would have banned all abortion after 20 weeks and shut down all but 5 of Texas's abortion clinics. The law would have further required that clinics be classified as ambulatory surgical centers, an upgrade most can't afford. Doctors would also have been required to have admitting privileges at a hospital within 30 miles. Difficult, if not impossible, in some rural areas of Texas. Copyright 2015 Latinos Post. And that just reminded me of one more article about a baby in China who got chucked into a sewer. That was like trending on China's version of Twitter when it happened in 2013, almost 10 years ago. Just looking for the article. Okay, where is it? Oh, here. Chinese newborn found lodged in sewer pipe, now in stable condition at hospital. Written by me, Barry Lissa Johnson. First posted May 28, 2013 at 11:40 a.m. A newborn baby boy was found lodged in a sewer pipe below a toilet commode in a residential building in Jinhua City, Zhejiang Province in China on Saturday evening. Residents in the building heard the infant's cries through the pipes and notified authorities. Firefighters and medical personnel arrived on the scene shortly thereafter. The emergency crews who first arrived on the scene said that they could see the baby's head far down inside the sewer pipe, which was 4 inches in diameter, but couldn't reach down far enough to pull him out, according to news reports. Rescuers then descended down one floor, where they proceeded to cut out the section of the pipe where the baby was lodged and rushed him to a local hospital, where doctors used pliers and a saw to excavate him fully from the pipe. Hospital staff who first examined the child reported that he had initially suffered from a low heart rate and difficulty breathing and had sustained multiple bruises to his head, arms, and legs. It's reported that he is now in stable condition, though he remains hospitalized. Since he does not have a name, the hospital has dubbed the infant Baby 59. According to reports, the hospital where the baby was treated is taking on the costs of the medical bills associated with this case. Additionally, hospital officials report that they have been receiving numerous donations from residents in surrounding communities of food, clothing, and other gifts. Rumors have spread across the internet that the baby got stuck in the drain as a result of being flushed down the toilet, but according to a report from the Associated Press, the landlord of the building where he was rescued says that scenario is unlikely, as there was no blood found in the bathroom, and so far as the landlord knows, none of her tenants were pregnant. The Associated Press says that this case is being treated as an attempted homicide. However, according to a report from UPI, the Jinhua police have asked the child's mother to come forward, saying in a statement, "Mom, quote, Mom, come back. The baby is resilient and alive. Please show up, Mom. This is your own baby, and he should return to your warm embrace soon," end quote. If neither parent of the child steps forward, it's reported that he will be transferred to the custody of social services. A video of the rescue went viral on the internet and sparked outrage among the Chinese community, who spoke out against the abandonment on a website called Weibo. Side note, spelled W-E-I-B-O, lowercase w-i-b-o. And a side note, which is basically a Chinese version of Twitter. Quote, "Can these people be called human beings?" one user posted on the site. Quote, "The parents who did this have hearts even filthier than that sewage pipe," wrote another. Infant abandonment in China is an all too common occurrence, with about 1 million children abandoned in the country annually, according to Medical Daily. It's likely that this is due to strict family planning regulations put in place by the Chinese government. The, quote, "Population and Family Planning Law of the People's Republic of China," unquote, is a strict government policy requiring couples to be married before they have children and advocates each couple have only one child. For families who wish to have additional children, they must first request and be granted permission from the government. This law has allegedly led to many parents who have had children out of wedlock or give birth to more than one child to abandon them in order to avoid government sanctions. Copyright 2015, Latinos Post.